Assalamu alaikum, this is Adil Sayed, Network and vSphere MS. This is Networking Bootcamp English page by Nanotech X, and this is session 5. So let's start the session now. Welcome, member. We have studied up to this point, and let me open the lecture. From here, we should continue today. Let me check. Yeah, from here. From here, we will continue today. And in rough notes, let me check. From here, we should continue. So, yeah, from here. Let me open the paint. This is chat box. You can ask any question if you want. Welcome, Islam Deef, in the session.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. And now let's start the session. Look at this. This is PC1, this is PC2, and this is PC3. All personal computers have its own network interface card. Like you can check this PC have its own network interface card, this PC have its own network interface card, this PC have its own network interface card. So network interface card is used for connectivity with another end device. Like for example, these are connected with each other. So if NIC is not available, then these devices cannot be connected with each other, even wired or wirelessly. For wired connectivity, they should have wired NIC available in their PC because wired NIC have port, and through port they can connect with each other through cable. But for example, you want wireless communication, wireless connectivity. So for wireless connectivity, there should be wireless NIC available in this PC because if there would be no wireless NIC, then remember that they cannot communicate wirelessly. Why? Because in wireless connectivity, there is radio waves in where in air or wind through which they can communicate with each other. So radio waves are produced by small antennas available in wireless NIC. So if there is no wireless NIC, then how small antenna can produce radio waves, and through radio waves they can communicate with each other. So that's why wireless NIC is compulsory for wireless communication. Let me write it here for all of you. So the point is that for wired, wired connectivity, for wired connectivity, so this is the answer that for wired connectivity there should be wired NIC in device. And here we should say for wireless connectivity there should be what? Wireless NIC in device. Simple as that. Let me save it. Again, I'm repeating, for wired connectivity, there should be wired NIC in device. If no wired NIC in device, then how through port they can connect through wire? Because wide NIC have port or interface, we say. For wireless connectivity, there should be wireless NIC and device. Why? Because if there's no wireless NIC and device, then how through wireless connectivity you can communicate with each other through radio waves. But radio waves are produced by what? Small antenna and wireless NIC. So if wireless NIC is not available, then how through small antenna radio waves can be produced and through radio waves you can communicate with another device. So that's why wireless NIC is compulsory to be available in device for wireless connectivity with another device. Let me show this. So let me load the number. Let's proceed further. So look at this now. If these NIC are not available, then they cannot connect with each other. There is proof now. Network means connectivity plus communication. If connectivity is available and no communication through protocol not available or any other problem, then this is not network. If there is no connectivity, there is not network. There is not a network. If there is no communication, there is not a network. So connectivity and communication both are compulsory to create a network. And purpose of creating a network is known as what? Networking. So that was it. Let's move forward. Look at this, please. This is the diagram which I explained in session, previous session, in session 4. So this is the test for all of you to present it live now. And you all should tell me what's the problem in this diagram. So waiting for all of you. You should describe the problem in this diagram. What's wrong in this diagram? I made it wrong to make you clear that what I've said in session 4 you understood or not. So this is the test for all of you. Surprising test that you should present live now. The solution of this diagram. That what is the wrong thing in this diagram, wrong component attached in this diagram. So over to the panel. You can answer me in chat box as well as unmute your mic and answer me. So let me turn on the timer of 1 minute. In 1 minute, you all should answer. After 1 minute, I will proceed further. So the time starts now. Answer in chat box, please. Answer in chat box. Hurry up. 13 seconds left. Hurry up. Answer, please. If you don't answer, it means that you don't know about this. I have checked the chat box and also checked that two or three participants left due to they cannot solve the problem and the present participants cannot answer. I think in session 4 they haven't given us attention to understand the lecture, so that's why they cannot answer. So let's proceed further. Best of luck for trying to another on another time. So let me explain. There was a problem in this diagram, which was stressed to all of you, but we haven't passed. All of you are failed. So let me explain. Look at this. This is the end device laptop. This is also the end device laptop. You can check that through wireless NIC. In these both laptops, wireless NIC are available. But the problem is that wireless NIC haven't interface. It has one antenna. So this is the problem. This is the wrong thing available in the diagram interface. Wireless NIC haven't any port or interface. It has small antenna. And another thing is that through cable, the wireless NIC is available in device, and through cable they are connected through interfaces. So it's not possible because while through wireless NIC you can communicate instead of cable and air through radio waves, and there is no interface in wireless NIC. There is small antenna. So interface and cable are the wrong things in this diagram. So let's proceed further. I will explain it. So we have studied up to lecture 9. Now let's start from lecture number 10. Nick other names. You know Nick have many names. So if anyone asks you these names, don't be confused that I don't know about these or I haven't studied about these or I am listening it on first time. Because these names are different but all are known as Nick. So no difference, same like Nick, okay? So Nick is known as Nick. Network interface, card, network interface, controller, network adapter, lane adapter, local area network adapter, physical network interface. So these are different names of network interface card. So don't be confused, these are just different names of network interface card, nothing else. Function of network interface card or network adapter or NIC. So NIC basically connects node to a network to connect your device with the network. So NIC is compulsory to be available in your device. Remember this. Without NIC, we cannot communicate with another device. If network adapter or network interface card or network interface controller or LAN adapter or physical network interface, whatever you say, is not available in your device, then you cannot communicate all over the world with any device. Without NIC, internet will never work. Without NIC, internet will never work. And remember that have you listened about this that MAC address is compulsory? Without MAC address, you cannot communicate over the internet. Why? Because MAC address is always written on the network interface card. So if network interface card is not available, so MAC address is also not available. So you know that without NIC internet will never work. So that's why without MAC address internet will never work. So you should have MAC address. It means you should have a network interface card to connect to another device. So then you can communicate through internet with another device. So that's why we say MAC address and network interface card is compulsory to be available in your laptop. Then you can communicate through internet with another device. So that was like too much easy. Let's start lecture number 11. Welcome Arif Parvez. So this is lecture 11. Look at this. What does this diagram means? This diagram means that this is in device laptop and it has some interface or port and inside Or we can say that on the back end of this interface, there is network interface card in form of hardware available inside laptop, and the RJ45 is plugged into what the port of network interface card, and in RJ45 there is a cable attached. So look at this. In this example, laptop is end device. In this example, laptop is end device, which is connected to a network. How? Through wired connectivity, as you can see here. So it's mean in this laptop there is wired neck adapter available. Like I have said, there is wired neck adapter available in the back end of this port. So NIC give this laptop access to the wired network. So without NIC, you cannot access the wired network. You cannot plug in the RJ45 cable in what in the port because the backend of the port is known as what network adapter. So without network adapter, you cannot plug in the you plug in your cable through RJ45 connector in the port because port is available when NIC is available. So that's why NIC is compulsory, and especially wired NIC for wired communication, for wired connectivity. Let's move forward. Wired NIC uses fiber or copper cable to connect end device in a network. What does it mean? Look at this. Wired NIC uses fiber or copper cable to connect end device in the network. It means that, for example, there is a wired NIC in this laptop or end device. Then it have outer port, which is known as interface as well. So for wired connectivity, there are two types of wire. So through those wire, you can connect with another device. One is known as fiber, and another no, and another one is known as what? Copper. So you can connect copper as well as fiber to connect with another device. So give me a minute, please. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for giving me time. Now let's move forward. If this laptop is connected to a network through wired connectivity, then if there is no wired network interface card available in laptop, then this laptop would not be able to connect to a network through wired connectivity. It simply means that if no wired NIC is available in this laptop, then there is no port and you cannot plug in your cable through RJ45 connector in that port. So you cannot connect with another device through this device through wired connectivity. So it means that wired NIC is compulsory to be available in your laptop for wired connectivity with another laptop or another PC or another workstation. Let's move forward and talk about another kind of NIC because there are two types of NIC, wired NIC and wireless NIC. So let's talk about wireless NIC because we have talked about wired NIC in deep and dry. So let's move forward. Wireless NIC. Wireless NIC uses radio waves to communicate with another device in a wireless network like laptop connected to Wi-Fi access point AP. So without wireless NIC which comes with normal antenna and devices would not be able to connect with access point or Wi-Fi. Wireless fidelity. Wi-Fi stands for what? Wireless fidelity. Remember this. and they cannot and then cannot communicate wirelessly. Let me explain this. It means that through wireless NIC, small antennas available in wireless NIC which produce radio waves, and through radio waves you can communicate with another device. So wireless NIC is compulsory to be available in your laptop. Without wireless NIC, you cannot connect it to wireless network like Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity, which is the technology of wireless network. And you can turn on your Wi-Fi scanner and you can access the access point to which you want to be connected through wireless connectivity. And without wireless NIC, you cannot connect with Wi-Fi or wireless network because in wireless NIC there is small antenna which produces radio waves, and through radio waves you can communicate with another device. So that's why wireless NIC is available. Wireless NIC is compulsory to be available in your laptop. So we have learned that NIC allows computer to connect with a network. So without NIC, we cannot communicate in a network. Simply, NIC gives us connectivity. Network adapter gives us what? Gives us what? Connectivity in a network. So tell me, if there is no connectivity, then how you can communicate with another device? Your device would be known as what? Standalone device. So that's why NIC is compulsory, or MAC address written on the NIC is compulsory to be available in your laptop. Then you can communicate. Without NIC, you cannot communicate over the internet. Remember this point. And let me give you the example. Have you listened about the smartphones like Nokia, mobile, etc., the all-time phones through which we can just send message and we cannot communicate over the internet, no facility of internet because there is no white or wireless NIC available in the old type of phones. We can just send text messages and calls, etc., not use the internet. Why? Because there is no white or wireless NIC. So that's the reason. Let me give you another information that in mostly mobile phones, more than 90% mobile phones in all over the world, there is just wireless NIC available, no wired NIC. Because if there would be a wired NIC in your smartphone or mobile or iPad or whatever tablet we says, if there would be a wired NIC, then you can connect with the laptop through wire as well. But you cannot. If you can, then it means there is a wide neck available in your smartphone. But I have said not 100%. I have said more than 90% smartphones have a wired neck. They have just wireless neck. And you know that if there would not be no wireless neck in your smartphone, then you cannot communicate with another device through wireless connectivity known as Wi-Fi. So you turn on the Wi-Fi scanner and you catch the access point scanner name, and through this that access point you do what? You connect through wirelessly, and then you can communicate through Wi-Fi or the internet with another device. So that's why there is always wireless link available in what? Mobile phones. Why? Because you use Wi-Fi. That is the biggest example. And Wi-Fi is technology of wireless network, and you can connect with another device through wireless connectivity when you have wireless link. So it means that wireless link is available in every smartphone nowadays. So this is lecture 11 finished here, and we have learned that NIC allows us to connect with another computer, but without NIC we cannot communicate as well. Because if we will not be connected, then how we can communicate? Our device would be standalone device. I'm repeating this sentence. You should remember. This is lecture 11 finished here. Let's start lecture 12. I'm repeating the word that NIC have two types, wired NIC, wireless NIC. Let me show you practically. This is wired NIC. It have port. Behind the port there is NIC, wired NIC. So remember that if there is no wired NIC, then there is no port. And then you cannot plug in your cable through RJ45 connector, and you cannot connect with the wire or cable or guided media to another device. So this is the proof. This is the Ethernet port. This is gigabit Ethernet NIC and PCI connection. This is wireless NIC. It has small antennas, like two small antennas, which produce radio waves, and through radio waves you can send and receive message in the wireless network. And if you can use your device and you can turn on Wi-Fi, it means that you have wireless link. Let me do a practical on all of you. Go to network settings, go to change adapter options, and look at this. What does it mean? Wi-Fi adapter. You can see here, Wi-Fi adapter. It means this is wireless adapter, a wireless network interface card, a wireless network interface control available in my laptop. That's why I'm connected to through Wi-Fi to all of you wirelessly. And let me show you another thing. As you can see, this is Realtek company network interface card, which is Ethernet or wired NIC. Ethernet or wired NIC. So it means that I can connect over the internet through wire as well, with access point or with modem. So I can connect because I have wired NIC available in my laptop, which is known as Ethernet or wired NIC. So this was the lab, small lab. So it means that these both network interface card or network adapters are available in my laptop, and I think in every laptop these two NIC are available. Because if no, for example, one is missing, then you can just connect through wired or wirelessly, not through both type of connectivity. So that's why. So I can connect through wire as well and through wireless. So let me ask the question from the panel that this is my Wi-Fi. I connected to the SAT access point. The access point Wi-Fi scanner name is SAT. So can you tell me that in chat box, answer me rapidly, that through which connectivity I'm communicating with all of you, wired or wireless? And I think the Elmore Rick don't know the answer, so he left from it. What an excuse. And all the eight participants cannot answer, I think. If they can answer, then they can answer in the chat box. I'm waiting for them. And if they are not answering, if they are not answering, then I will consider they are not giving attention to the lectures. So let me check the chat box. Asif Parvez answered Wi-Fi. Yes. Wi-Fi is technology of wireless network and I'm connected through wireless network. It means that I'm using what wireless network interface card in what? In my laptop. And there is wired NIC available, I've shown you. But I'm not using now on this time, on this moment. Because I'm not connected through wire. And there is the message from Tela Mohammed. Sir, repeat the question. My question is that through which connectivity I am connected, wired or wireless? So Asif Parvez said Wi-Fi from your laptop to access point, then wired network. Yeah. Answer from Sayyid Face, Wi-Fi. Yeah, sure. Answer from Tila Muhammad, wireless. Yeah. So all answers are perfect and correct. And who haven't answered, I think they don't know and they doesn't give attention to the lecture. So let's move forward. I hope now you will give attention to the lecture. So I'll expand these two. This is wireless antenna, small antenna produce radio waves. This is the port to port you can connect the cable on your laptop. So let's move forward. If someone asks you that NIC is what? Hardware or software? So what would be your answer? Hardware. But it is not the right answer in this situation when you use the term virtualization or cloud computing. Because in cloud computing or virtualization, there is no hardware NIC. There is what? Software NIC. So the answer is wrong in the virtualization and cloud computing. But we are not discussing about virtualization and cloud computing. That's why we should say hardware. Nick is hardware, not software. Because in the hardware form, these two are available in our laptops in on-premises solution. Let me show you the thing that I told you now recently that Nick is software, not hardware, and the cloud computing and virtualization. Let me show you practically, okay? Then you will understand. But remember that Nick is hardware or software, so you should say hardware. Like I have shown you already that I have two NIC available on my laptop. One is Ethernet or wired NIC, and another one is Wi-Fi or wireless NIC. So that was available in the form of hardware in my laptop, and I can use for connectivity in the network because network means connectivity plus communication. If there's no connectivity, then your device is standalone device. You cannot communicate with another device. But those two are example of hardware. Let me show the example of software. Software NIC used in virtualization. So first step is go to network settings, click on change adapt options, and now look at this. One, two, three network interface card available virtually in the form of software. These are not available in my laptop in the form of hardware. So these are example of what software NICs. Look at this VMware, virtual Ethernet adapter, virtual Ethernet adapter, virtual Ethernet adapter. It means that these are virtual based on virtualization. Like I said recently, VMware is what virtualization company. So these are VMware adapter, virtual Ethernet adapter. Virtual mean used in virtualization, not in real connectivity, not in on-premises connectivity, just in virtualization, like in virtual network. In VMs, not in PMs, physical machines. The Wi-Fi, wireless, or the Ethernet wired NIC is for what? PM, physical machine connectivity. But for VM, virtual machine connectivity, there are these three network interface cards used for virtual machines connectivity. Then they can communicate through these network interface cards. So these should be available in VM, and these two should be available in PM, physical machine. Then your physical machine can connect with another physical machine. And if you want to connect to a VM with another VM, then you should have these adapters, which is known as VMware Virtual Ethernet adapter. So I've shown you this particularly. Sonic is hardware or software, so it depends on situation. If you have on-premises environment, then this is hardware. If you have virtual environment, then this is software. Remember this. But we simply say hardware. Why? Because we use the physical situation nowadays. In this course specifically, we are discussing physical machines, not the virtual machines. So that's why. I make you clear on this point. Now let's move forward. What is hardware? What is software? These are two questions for beginner level who don't know about IT, etc. So let me explain for them. The participants who don't know IT, etc., information technology, networking, system side, cloud computing, virtualization, Kubernetes, they don't know about these technologies. So they don't know about the basics. So let me cover the basic topics for them. First question is what is hardware? Hardware is device which can be tangible, which this mean tangible mean can be touchable. It runs the instructions provided by the software. When software gives the instruction, then this hardware accept and act on that. What is software? Software is program or code or instructions which are used to tell the computer hardware what to do. It is intangible, it cannot be touched. It means software cannot be touched and hardware can be touched. Hardware do what software says, and software is just instructions which tell computer hardware what to do. So this was about hardware and software. Let me make a comparison between these two. Hardware. So So it is what? Tangible. It can be touchable. And it cannot be touchable. It is not tangible or intangible, we can say. Another point about hardware, it do what software says. It is instruction, tell hardware what to do. And there are many differences as well between hardware and software. You can explore by searching hardware versus software. Okay, let me come to the chat box. Basically, there is the reason. This is 11 p.m. and you know that on 9 p.m. in Pakistan, our people sleep, so that's why. Another thing is NIC only used for connectivity then it's hardware, right? No, no, no. I think you are misunderstanding. Basically, NIC is used for connectivity. You are right on this point. But it doesn't mean that if it is used for connectivity, then it's hardware. No, now you are misunderstanding. NIC is used for connectivity, but this is hardware in form of on-premises solution, and this is software in form of virtualized solution. Why? Because on-premises you use PM, physical machine. For physical machines connectivity, you use network interface card, which is in form of hardware. But in virtualization, you use VM, virtual machines. For virtual machines connectivity, so they can communicate, we use network interface card for connectivity between virtual machines. So then that is software, not hardware. Okay. Tell Mohammed, you got it? Yes, got it. Thanks. Always welcome. I think I should explain it furtherly because if you will not be clear, then we cannot proceed further. I want all you to be clear. Look at this diagram, please. And it will take some time to draw it. So give me a time, please. Now look at this. We have both three hardwares from the market, which are known as PM, physical machines, because you bought the physical hardware. And you install operating system, you install applications, and you know that there is application, for example, Google Chrome. Let me write here. For example, you installed some applications, and there is application known as Google Chrome. on these three hardwares. So you all know that through Google Chrome you can search any website through internet. So internet is what? Wireless access or wired access of connectivity. So they cannot connect with each other. For example, this hardware is in what? This hardware is in Pakistan. This hardware is in India, and this hardware is in US. So these three users who bought the hardware, install operating system, install applications, and they, for example, Google Chrome available, and they want to search in Google Chrome, like for example WhatsApp, and they want to send a message in WhatsApp to each other. So that is known as communication. But WhatsApp can be opened when they are connected to the internet. It cannot be opened when they are not connected to the internet. So for communication, connectivity is compulsory. So they should connect with each other even by wired connectivity or by wireless connectivity. For example, they want to connect through Wi-Fi, wireless connectivity. They turn on Wi-Fi in their systems. So they need what? They need a network interface card available in their laptops. They need what? Network interface card available in their laptops, in their hardware, in the form of hardware, physically. So without network interface card, they cannot communicate with each other because wireless network interface card give them ability to connect wirelessly and communicate with each other. So first connectivity is compulsory, then they can communicate. So this is wireless NIC available in these three hardware PM physical machines. So obviously, if these physical machines want to connect with each other and they want to communicate, so the wireless NIC is compulsory to be available. Remember this point. And this should be in form of hardware. Why? Because they want to connect directly with each other. These hardwares want to connect with each other directly. Okay, like in Chrome, they open WhatsApp and they want to send a message. There is communication, but first they need connectivity. For connectivity, there should be wireless link available, and that would be obviously in form of what? Hardware. So this is what on-premises solution. But in virtualized solution, now remember, in virtualized solution, you what we do. Asif Parvez, I think you have some question because you have raised your hand. So now look at this. In virtualization, what do we do? For example, I have both hardware. Give me time to draw it, then I will explain. Now look at this. This is hardware you bought from market, and there is hypervisor known as type 1 hypervisor, which is installed on hardware directly. What does hypervisor do? It creates virtual machines. Like I have created three virtual machines. I've installed operating system on that virtual machines. I installed applications on that operating system. So in previous diagram, there were also three systems, And in this diagram, there are also three systems, but these are VM and those were PM, physical machines, and these are virtual machines. VM mean virtual machines. So for virtual machine, that they want to, for example, there is Chrome here, there is Chrome here installed in all these three virtual machines. They want to connect, and for after connectivity, they want to open WhatsApp and their Chrome browser, and they want to send message. So that is communication. For communication, they need connectivity. For connectivity, they should have network interface card available. So if they want to connect, okay, so they should have network interface card. So remember, in previous diagram, we have said that there should be network interface card in each hardware, in each physical machine. But in this situation, there should be network interface card available in this hardware as well. Let me draw. And in these virtual machines as well. So remember that this nick is another thing and these three nicks are another thing. Like how these are virtual machines, okay, software based machines. And in the previous diagram, those were hardware machines. So obviously that was hardware nick, and this is what? This is virtual nick. Virtual nick means what? That these are nick in what? Software form. And this is hardware, okay. So hardware have network interface card available, wired or wireless, whatever. So that NIC is what? Hardware in this situation. So if this hardware virtual machines want to connect with each other, so they should use what? Virtual NIC. NIC and so in what form? Software form. But if they want to connect with physical machine, so they should go through this hardware, and this hardware has NIC in form of hardware. So they should pass through this NIC, and then they can communicate through this hardware NIC with another physical machine. So this situation is known as what? Virtualization solution. Now let me explain the cloud computing solution. Look at this now. Let me explain what cloud computing solution. Okay, no problem. So for example, give me time to write, then I will explain. Okay. For example, this is the world globe in which 200 plus countries are available. Okay. For example, there is the country. First, let me create diagram, then I will explain. Okay. Now this diagram is made. Let me explain. Okay. Now give attention. This is solution of what? First, let me write here. This is cloud computing solution or public cloud solution or AWS solution or Azure solution or Google Cloud Platform solution or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure solution, whatever you understand, or public cloud solution. So now look at this. This is generally known as cloud computing solution. Okay. So now look at this. This is the globe, for example, and there are 200 plus countries. I have taken two countries, for example. This is United States of America and this is Pakistan. In Pakistan, there is no data center of Amazon, and there are many data center of Amazon, known as AWS Cloud Service Provider in USA, for example. So obviously, those data centers have many server hardwares. So, for example, I have took one server hardware to make you clear that how do server hardware have capability of these resources, how they give us the access of machines. So I took just one server to explain you, and our servers are same to same like this, like I've explained it. So there is server hardware, for example, and for example, there are 1000 plus server hardware in the data center of USA of AWS. Then what? There are hypervisor and standalone server hardware. I already said that what does hypervisor do? Hypervisor creates virtual machines. Through hypervisor, we can create virtual machines, and there are, for example, four virtual machines. Okay, and there are operating system and applications on those virtual machines. So you know server hardware gives services to client. And for example, in Pakistan, there is no data center, there is no server hardware, and client hardware have operating system and app. And for example, there is Chrome browser. So through Chrome browser, you can write IP of your virtual machine, IP of address of virtual machine, and then you can access that virtual machine. And then when you access this virtual machine remotely, then that is kept on what server hardware. And you know server hardware have many resources, so you can demand RAM, storage, etc., or CPU cores, whatever you want. Just you should pay for that. And your client haven't resources, so you can access that virtual machine to avail extra resources. So this is known as cloud computing. So my thing was to make you clear that NIC, that in cloud computing NIC is and in virtualization NIC is known as software or virtual NIC. But in on-premises, I explained to you that NIC is known as what? Hardware NIC. On-premises mean PM, physical machine. But in cloud computing and virtualization, we use what? Virtual solution, software-based solution. Like in Chrome software, you access virtual machine and you can do whatever you want. So now look at this. For example, here is the network interface card in this client hardware. In this server hardware, there is also network interface card. In this virtual machine, there is also network interface card. In this virtual machine, there is also network interface card because if you want to access the virtual machine, then you should have connectivity, and the virtual machine should have also connectivity. Then you can access. Okay, then you can communicate with the virtual machine. So for connectivity, there should must be network interface card available in that virtual machine and hardware as well. Because when virtual machine, you access virtual machine, so you access through hardware. Okay, because on the top of hardware there is virtual machine. So that's why there should be NIC and hardware as well. So let me explain this. So these both are what? These both are known as hardware NIC. And on virtual machines, like this virtual machine NIC, this virtual machine NIC, this virtual machine NIC, and this virtual machine NIC. So these all network interface card are known as what? Virtual network interface card. Okay, or we can say what virtual means software based. We can also say software network interface card. So this is cloud computing. Let me save this. And what is hardware? What is software? We have also made comparison between this lecture 12 is finished. We'll start from lecture 13 and next session 6, and we will start from this diagram in next session. And now you have chat box. You can ask any question you have. Else you can say clear and you can quit the session because the session is going to be finished after your questions. So say it face, say it okay, sir. Share yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for reminding me. Thank you so much. So let me give you assignment as well. Sorry because I forgot that. I will explain this assignment, but let me write first. And if you would be disconnected, then understand that our lecture is finished. Okay. So let me explain this. I've already told you about the assignment that it isn't compulsory that what I've explained in the session that would be an assignment. Assignment can be included about extra information as well that you should learn some extra. But what I suggest that would be better for you in this network essential bootcamp. So difference between hardware and software, difference between internet and internet. Internet mean WAN, internet mean LAN. Difference between LAN and WAN, these two are same just, but to confuse you. Okay. And practical download even NG, EV-NG next generation software, network simulation software in on which we do what networking labs virtually. Install EVNG after downloading and create three basic labs in EVNG and save and send me those three labs or send me some screenshots of those three labs and also send some instructions in the form of notepad or notepad that how you take access from throughput of router of end device etc in EVNG. Give me some instructions about that as well. Have you created project? Have you end the project? Have you connect the devices? So kindly learn from some resources like YouTube, etc., and do these three labs, which are important for all of you. So let me save this assignment. Thanks for reminding me. I will send this and workload as well in the group, and also I will share some extra material in the group as well. So if you have any question, you can ask from me. Okay, then we will end the session. Share assignment and presentation. It's done. Everything is clear. So thank you so much, Asif Parvez. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, no question. Good. If you have question, you can ask. Sir, one thing, please. What? Do we get participation certificate? Actually, I don't want to say lie to all of you. I've already said you in the starting of this bootcamp that I don't know about the management kind of stuffs that completion certificate, the timing to share recording of these sessions. I don't know about this. You can ask from the admin because he manages all the stuffs of management, and I do not want to participate in this kind of stuff that manage this completion certificate and time to share recordings. I don't know about this kind of stuff. So you can connect with him. I just train all of you about the technologies. And another thing is from Asif Parvez. What should be minimum specifications of laptop or PC for VMware installation and virtual machine creation? Minimum 4 GB RAM, minimum 2 cores or 4 logical cores, and minimum 100 GB storage. Minimum 100 GB storage, okay? You can note it. And training is only for 15 days. Yes, it is basically a boot camp, free boot camp, not a long course. Long course is, paid one. So that's why it is just 15 days boot camp about network essential. Network essential mean the low level from CCNA, the basic networking. So this is the link. I use this link to do your assignment. Let me check it. As you said that I use this link to do your assignment. I don't know what do you mean by this because it just give me the downloading link. Download links and information for EVNG. Oh, you mean that these are links for downloading EVNG? Yes, good. This is helpful for the participants to do their lab. And if any question you can ask. If you haven't, you can say clear and you can quit the session. Asif Parvez said clear. Thank you so much, Arif Parvez. Richard said clear. Thanks. Always welcome. Tila Mohammed said clear, sir. Thanks. Always welcome, Tila Mohammed. You can ask any question if you have. I will appreciate what you said. Clear, sir. Thanks. Always welcome. So I waited in chat box for questions, and now there is no question from the participants. So let's close the session for today, and we will meet in another session. Till bye. Allah Hafiz.